Huh?
Yep. That's fine with me.
No. I'm getting.
Okay.
I'm getting going. What do I need to move from here?
Hello. I'm Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey. I'm shielding my camera because my lovely mate is in the background. He prefers not to be. Cuckoo is going off. I hope everything's okay. He's making a stealthy escape. This is teamwork. Oh, he's usually in the other room or not here. Hi, I'm Casey Durango of Go Keto with Casey, where I like to talk about how I've lost 97.4 pounds since starting the ketogenic protocol, how you may be able to lose weight, improve your health, and regain control of your life like I did. I hope you are all well this first Saturday of December. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your day. Hi from Georgia. I hope you guys can see and hear me, and I'm going to jump right on in. Thank you very much. Our weekly video Bible study writes, can see and hear you. Thank you. Hey, Jill's mommy. So, as the thumbnail message read, keto versus doubters and downers. I'm going to guess if you have started following the ketogenic protocol, and if people have noticed that maybe you're a little peppier, or maybe your clothes are fitting looser, or your eyes are brighter, or you've lost some weight. What are you doing? Oh, I'm following the ketogenic protocol. Oh, well, that's going to kill you. Or, that's just a fad. Or, my doctor says it's not sustainable. So it's interesting how some people, not everyone, some people are very genuinely interested. Hey, Alcy Young, hello from England. Hello. They will acknowledge something good that's happening with you. You look great. You have energy. You've lost weight. Oh my gosh. Oh, what he said, you came off 3 medications? That's great. How are you doing it? You tell them, they go, oh no, that will never work. And sadly, there are some doctors who will tell patients this. I mean, it comes up a lot. Sometimes they are obese doctors saying, yeah, it's not going to work. I get asked every single week, even when I say it. Hashtag Casey's pink drink. What am I drinking? Tumbler full of ice, diet tonic water, a splash of diet cranberry juice, a squeeze of lime. It's very refreshing. Hashtag Casey's pink drink. So how do we deal with this? I mean, I've in my personal life, when I started losing weight and stuff, I got the eye rolls. I got people who were flat out, it's not going to work. Or, who were genuinely concerned. That's great, but I'm worried all that cholesterol is going to kill you. So sometimes it comes from not understanding the protocol. Sometimes this is coming from our medical doctors who are not understanding how it works. Some of it is because, because sometimes people don't want to hear what might work for them if it involves giving up something that they don't want to give up on. So sometimes the doubters and the downers are not doubting us so much or trying to be a downer towards us as they're kind of deflecting. They're almost thinking out loud, oh my God, he lost how much weight? And he no longer eats chips and doesn't drink beer, and he doesn't eat French fries. Wait a minute. I mean, this is them, wait a minute. That means what does that mean, that if I gave up those things, it might work for me too? Heck no, I don't want to do that. That is going to kill you. Or carbs are essential for brain function. Not. So, and this time of year particularly, I'm asked, how do I deal with a family member, a coworker, a well-meaning friend, or other than well-meaning friend, who starts kind of dissing what I'm doing? First of all, we don't owe an explanation to anyone about what we're doing. Think about another area of life. into which we allow people to make unsolicited comments. We might ask our best friend, what do you think about my hair? Did I go too short? And if they give an honest answer, then that's their honest answer. But most people will not welcome someone saying, by the way, I just think the paint you chose for your living room is ghastly. Really? Did I ask you about that? We wouldn't, people wouldn't do it. We wouldn't welcome it. We can be very resistant to hearing other people's opinions on almost everything. And yet somehow we tend to feel like we need to respectfully absorb other people's criticisms of our food choices. Nobody gets a vote on what we eat. It's the one area of our life over which we do have control. Whether we want to believe it or not, we do have control. We need to exercise that control. And I don't want to use that word that some people use that starts with W, because it's almost used like a weapon. All you need to do is exercise some W, blank, 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 blank. Because it sounds like you're just weak. It's not a matter of being weak. It's a matter of owning our strength. Some of us over time have relinquished our strength. We've relinquished our power. We've given away our power to food. So the downers and the doubters who maybe have seen other people come and go, or they've seen people lose weight, regain weight, lose weight, regain weight. Okay, that's a legitimate thing. Oh, Casey's lost weight 5 times. She's put it all back on before. I earned that doubt. Didn't earn being put down, which really, technically, really people didn't put me down, at least not to my face. But that's a legitimate thing. But this time is different. This time was different. For those of you who don't know my story, I was overweight, obese, morbidly obese, all those stages getting progressively worse over 30 years, from my mid-20s to my mid-50s. I'd given up on losing weight. I had tried all the other stuff. You can go to my blog, link below, but it's CaseyDurango.com, very simple, and see photos, even from the summer of the triathlons when I was trying to move more, eat less. I'd given up on losing weight. I didn't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. I knew that was in my future. And so I Googled how to not take insulin for type 2 diabetes. I came across the white coat video of Dr. Eric Westman of Duke University. That day, the next time I put food in my mouth, I just laid off the carbs. It wasn't that I was superwoman. I was down so low. I felt so badly about myself. My prospects in my brain for my future were dim. I saw my future as steadily declining health for the next 30 years. And he's like, okay, I can probably be kept alive for 30 or 35 or 40 years, but do I want to be? Not feeling like this. So I was not trying to lose weight. I was not trying to come up with a catchy YouTube channel with a lot of alliteration in the title. Go Keto with Casey. It's a lot of alliteration. I just didn't want to take insulin for type 2 diabetes. The weight loss was an unexpected and added benefit. And cutting to the chase, my blood glucose is perfectly regulated. I average about 62 to 72. My blood pressure, fantastic. My triglycerides, very low, like 46. HDL, 112. So I'm good to go. So this time was different. So I didn't mind the doubters because I doubted myself at first. Probably I had an advantage of not expecting to lose weight. So I didn't have anything to doubt. I just didn't want to take insulin. So what do we do? Sometimes it's in-laws. Sometimes it's our siblings. Sometimes it is someone, maybe even our very close friends will say something. How do we respond? I don't really have to deal with it. I mean, I'll occasionally get comments under my YouTube channel or somewhere, and someone will write, you're killing yourself. It's just that saturated fat, you're just living on borrowed time. I generally either delete that comment or I reply with my standard, oh, shut up. I like typing that. It's very empowering. Oh, shut up. But how do you, don't tell someone to, oh, shut up. That's not nice. Face to face. I actually only do that after someone, just won't go away. Anywho, enough about me. One way to respond is, I appreciate your concern. I know I was concerned too. I was amazed to find out that saturated fat in the diet does not correlate to coronary vascular disease. Let me tell you, and then you can point them in the right direction for some research. You can point your doctor in the right direction. Jell's mommy is married to a medical provider, and he's all about it. So you can take it in the spirit in which hopefully it is intended that someone is actually concerned or actually curious. There are some great resources I highly recommend for an explanation of why saturated fat does not raise cholesterol, which does not lead to coronary heart disease. The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Living by Drs. Stephen Finney and Jeff Volek. You can see links to that at my blog as well. I try to put everything at my blog. It's under behind the scenes or resources or whatever. It actually explains it in approachable terms. So if someone is concerned, you say, I thought the same thing, but here's the deal. But my doctor says so-and-so. You can say to that person what I said to my actual doctor. I understand, but you were taught the wrong thing, doctor, about cholesterol. It's not your fault. So there's just some way old now, information out there that has just been disproved. Now, 100%, there are different ways to be healthy, happy, feel good, not take medications, feel good in your skin. Lots of ways to do that. This happens to work for me, and I will say almost certainly, I am everybody. I am every person. I'm a typical, normal person. I'm not a special snowflake. So if it works for me, it will work for you, and there's no downside to it. There's no medical condition for which the ketogenic protocol is contraindicated. It's a very nutrient-dense way to eat. And this is what we can tell. So if someone is doubting or they're a downer, maybe you just, oh, thank you for your concern, and then change the subject. Some people, let's face it, they are downers. There's a reason there's a famous SNL character, Debbie Downer, because those people exist. They're going to see the worst of any possible outcome. So depending on the situation, you can ask yourself, okay, is this person doubting because they really don't believe it, or because they don't want to believe it because they don't want to give up the pretzels? And that's fine. Some people don't want to give up what they don't want to give up, and they're not going to. That's fine. We have no control over that, and we don't get a vote on what they eat. Nobody gets a vote on what I eat. I give people 2 at-bats, and then the third time, I kind of pretty firmly cut them off. Because I figure I've been pretty polite twice. And now you're still up in my grill? Thank you for your concern. I think I'm more in tune with my body than anybody else. So what about the weather? We don't owe an explanation to anyone, but if we want to give it, a good idea is to try to approach it from an educational standpoint, not like, wagging your finger, but just sharing information you might have learned. Or just the upside. Oh, you know what? I haven't used my asthma inhaler in 6 months, and I don't need an afternoon nap anymore, and I am so amazed. Oh my gosh, you have such willpower. Well, here's the thing. After I did this for about 10 days, I didn't require any willpower. Cravings went away. My hunger went away. If you stick to the protocol, keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer. This is the protocol. I should have said this at the beginning. Keep your carbs 20 grams or fewer a day. Total carbs, not net carbs. Net carbs just means eating more carbs. If it's not on page 4, link below. Don't eat it, but you don't even need a food list. Eat fatty sources of protein, limited amounts of non-starchy vegetables, and limited amounts of full-fat dairy if you can tolerate and like it. But you don't have to have any vegetables, by the way. Don't eat if you're not hungry, no matter what time of day it is. And stop when you're satiated, no matter how little you've eaten. And here's a big tip. Slow up when you're eating. It'll help become satiated sooner. Alcy Young, thank you so much for the super chat. And Alcy writes, Casey, when we start craving carbs, it is a sign that we are already eating more carbs than we should eat. Is that a question? Is it a sign? Yeah. Here's the deal. Now, I've used the example of our cat Luna, a stray cat. That cravings are like a stray cat. If you don't want them coming back, don't feed them. I will share, because some of you know, Luna passed away on Monday in my arms. She was 18 years old, and she went quietly for the most part. So anyway, yeah, you don't crave something you don't eat. Guess what I don't crave? I don't crave ostrich. Why? Because I've never eaten ostrich in my life. I don't crave artichokes. If you don't consume it, you don't crave it. I don't crave cigarettes because I've never smoked. And the thing is, even if you crave something, it's not a life emergency. It's a great question, though, Alcy. Thank you. Yeah. Try this. Just go for a little while. It doesn't take 6 months. Okay. I'm going to get ready for something. Karazi, it's inconceivable before you go low carb that it really can curb cravings and hunger. It really does. The Art and Science of Low Carbohydrate Living. I can't remember. I need to read. I have a well-thumbed copy of it. When I was reading it the first time, I had a eureka moment when they explained why when we're a sugar burner, when we're eating carbs, and why we feel like even though we just ate 2 hours ago, we are looking for more food, usually carbs. There's a physiological reason for it. It's not that we're weak-willed. It's not that we're slothful. It's not that we want to be overweight or obese. It's not that we want joint pain in our fingers and everywhere else. It's a physiological response to burning sugar for fuel. I highly recommend the book. R.I.P. Sweet Luna. Thank you, B-Bar. She was a funny cat. I mean, we're really missing some of the... She lived outside for 17 and a half years on the side porch. And then she scooted in one day several months ago. I guess she kind of knew something was up. Julia Kressler writes, several in my family are militant vegans and vegetarians. That's kind of an oxymoron. They are judgmental of meat eaters. The last time I visited them out of town, eating well was a big problem. How would you handle this? Well, just because they're family doesn't mean you have to hang out with them. But if that's not an option, you can respect their position. Militant, I'm not a militant meat eater. And by the way, there's a way to be on keto and do it in a vegetarian way. Vegan might be a stretch. In a vegetarian way. It's a challenge, but it can be done. I don't know. I think I would, maybe the conversation has to happen, away from the moment, saying, I really respect your position. Please respect mine. I would recommend Dr. Peter Ballerstad, who is a forage agronomist, who explains why eating meat and cows are not killing the planet. C-Mac writes, so sorry about Sweet Luna. Alcy says, thank you, Casey. And C-Mac, The stray cat story is so true. I ate carbs, particularly sugar, over Thanksgiving and keep searching for more things because the cravings are back. Got to get back in control. I'm going to give a quick, by the way, I'm going to preface this by saying there's not one thing you need to purchase to be 100% successful at the ketogenic protocol. There's no food that you can eat that will kick you into ketosis. It's not what you eat, it's what you don't eat. Lay off the carbs. Having said that, because there are plenty of people going to sell you snacks and potions and supplements and just made up stuff. Having said that, I will, the shameless commerce division, with a nod to the card talk guys, I will sell you this stuff all day long, just trying to earn my keep. Go Keto with Casey 2022 calendar. And actually, it talks about cravings in here. Cravings are not a life emergency. Neither is hunger, for that matter. So it's got pictures from behind the scenes, and I think Luna's in here somewhere, maybe. You can get this at my blog, and also on blog, spiral version of Casey's 12-month record book, which I purposely did not put a date on. You don't have to wait till January 1st. And it's got motivational sayings. You can get a bound version. This is spiral bound, a non-spiral version at Amazon. And at my Teespring store, steel water bottle, a mug, lots of mugs. Lay off the carbs. I'm just showing you some examples. That's that. Is that it? So anyway, there you go. I do want to give a plug for patrons, some of whom are here. I have a private Patreon Go Keto with Casey support group. Depending on your pledge level, you receive 20 recorded videos from me a month. The suggestions are made by patrons. The topics are suggested by patrons. Going up from there, patron-only video live streams on Crowdcast, a handful a month. Going up from there, a handful of patron-only video group sessions each month on Zoom, which I just had one this morning. And up from there, one-on-one hour-long chats with me per month, and access to a private, hidden Go Keto with Casey Patreon-only Facebook group. There, commercial over. It's a very supportive group of people. And as I've often said, I think people join Patreon not to get access to me, but to get access to each other. I am now, so wrapping up, how do you deal with downers and doubters? It depends on the situation. If someone's just trying to jerk your chain and they just happen to be a jerk, well, treat that for what it's worth. If someone is sincerely doubting, acknowledge, because maybe we all doubted, and then point them in the direction of some good information. Or let your example show it's, oh, by the way, sure, this is my best selling. I'm stronger than a cookie. Go Keto with Casey. You can get that at Teespring as well, below the video. Because going into holiday season, we think, oh my God, I can't resist the sugar cookies. Yes, you can. We're stronger than a cookie, whether it's a sugar cookie at Hanukkah or Christmas or Kwanzaa, or if it's an Easter chocolate bunny, we're stronger than food. We need to reclaim our power. Now, having said that, I'm going to put on, by the way, some of these things have my silly face on the back. If I can do this, you can do this, I promise. Mary Paymard writes, thank you for being my support. I watch your video every morning. I'm diabetic. I feel so much better, alive again. Feeling better is the main payoff, right? Losing weight is awesome. Wearing cuter clothes, great. By the way, this is a size small for reference from Teespring. This is it's a woman's V-neck size small. Jell's mommy, join Patreon, people. You're sweet. Cruise anytime soon? I don't know, sister girl. I don't know. I might do a landlubbers thing here, like a weekend around where I live, with maybe a catered, keto-friendly barbecue and some music and some dancing and some talking. I don't know about the cruise. Okay, Heather Silva, I just hit my 2-year keto carnivore anniversary. Feeling awesome. Congratulations. That is great. Feeling better. I started feeling better really before I lost that much weight. It was almost immediate. The joint pain in my hands and wrists and resolved within 2 weeks. 3 weeks. Now I still do have lower back pain, not all the time. I spend a lot of time sitting, even though I pop up like I have like I'm, you know, have a spring in my backside because I have to get up and do things during the day. I'm not wearing my stupid smartwatch, but it has a timer on it. But that's okay. I don't have, like I can't move. It's just when I'm standing up, I can feel it. But all my other joint pain is gone. So we have to be strong in the face of other people's opinions. I've done several videos and live streams about this before. I did one just on doctors. Someone wrote me under a YouTube live stream. This person was kind of flummoxed. They had lost 40 pounds by the time they saw this medical provider. And the medical provider, when this person shared with the medical provider what they were doing, they were following keto. The medical provider rolled their eyes. I said, ugh. And didn't want to talk about it. The obese medical provider. And then the next checkup, this person had lost 15 more pounds. Medical provider would not bring up the topic. So what do we think that is up with that? Obese person doesn't want to know how to fix it. Listen, nobody ever went broke telling people what they want to hear. Eat all the food you love, just in moderation. Didn't work for me. What's the phrase people have been quoting to me? I'm an abstainer, not a moderator. We were talking about that this morning in our video group session. If people are part of my group, they most certainly are not people that can just have a bite of something and move on. If we could do that, none of us would be here. The food is the easy part. The food is easy. Lay off the carbs. Lay off the carbs, lay off the excuses. It's how do you deal with pressure from other people? How do you deal with not wanting to hurt someone's feelings who's just made you a pie? Well, if their entire identity is tied up with pie bacon, they need to get out more. Food is not, okay, here's another one. And I think Bible study is one that he recommended, and I'd already designed this. I designed this calendar, by the way, myself. I'm very excited about it. This is for February. Remember, during this month of love, food is not love. Love is love. Food is fuel. And then it might be too arcane. I wrote under there, leave the chocolates, take the ribeye. That's kind of a nod to the Godfather. Leave the gun, take the cannoli. Except we don't want to have the cannoli. Tulip Joy. Hey, Casey, great to see you again. Living low carb, living my best life, fit and fab, and 40 pounds lighter, hanging on to my own power, mindful of being there for myself, not just for others. Feels great. That is beautiful. That sums it up. Right there. People who want to stay, the people who are really concerned, and we've talked about this before, many people have brought it up. Oh my God, that steak is going to kill you. Now, if we were eating a steak with a baked potato and sour cream, they would be fine. But oh my God, just that steak, that's going to kill you. No one said boo to me when I'm actually 115 and a half pounds off of my highest weight. No one said boo to me. Now, people who love me didn't love the fact that I was morbidly obese. I'm 5'1", so imagine 115 pounds on this frame. But people around me didn't say, "Oh my God, Case, have you considered? Is there something I can do to help you?" I had one person do that. She's a mentor of mine. With love, let it be known to me that she loved me and wanted me to be my happiest, fittest, healthiest self. Of course, I was in no position to listen to her or take her wonderful advice. But pretty much everyone else just joined in the fun. Yes, let's all order death by chocolate. Misery loves company. So we have to figure out how to deal with downers and doubters. It's a case by case basis. All relationships are different. We are different, person to person. How I deal with something may not be the way someone else would. And that might be a really good thing because I have a fairly short fuse and a sharp tongue. I try to be professional and polite. I don't always succeed. Okay, I do want to give you a little coming up. Tuesday of this coming week, the Durham Support Group meeting with Dr. Eric Westman, free registered event on Crowdcast. If you follow me on Crowdcast, you can see it. If you go to my blog, you can see it on my schedule. And then later this month, Casey's Keto Connections, Jackie Eberstein is back for a command performance. And Jackie knows everything. I mean, Dr. Westman would say Jackie's his teacher. So that will be December 20th, a registered event on Crowdcast as well. Thank you very much. Oh, let me see. What is the name of the agronomist again and his book about meat eating not harming the planet? I don't know that he's published a book yet. He has many lectures. His name is Peter Ballerstad, Ballersdadt. He spoke at my Go Keto with Casey roadshow in Portland, Oregon. Very interesting. He's very erudite. Oh, gosh. Heather writes, one of my doubters was just diagnosed pre-diabetic. And it's all fun and games until you have to take insulin. All right, friends. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your Saturday. God willing, in the creek don't rise. I'll be here next Saturday, and that will be the last YouTube live stream of 2021. So I look forward to it. Thank you very much. Thank you for the support. Support each other. Have the strength of your own convictions. Remember that it is your power. Don't give it away. And if people doubt, that's fine. If people are downers, well, you maybe don't want to hang around them anyway. And nobody gets a vote on what you eat. Lay off the carbs. That's it. Thank you so much. Bye.